And hello and good evening once again, everyone, and welcome to my stream here. My name is John, first of all. My YouTube page, Sports Bonanza John. You can catch me on YouTube there. I am also on Kick Tonight, Sports Kick John. Be bringing you the Rays and the Yankees tonight. Tuesday night action in the Bronx on a very warm Tuesday evening in the Bronx. Second game of this series, Rays winning the opener last night 4-2. As the Yankees look to even this series up against the Rays in the Bronx. Again, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube handle. My name is John. Appreciate a like and subscribe on that page if you would. If you like my content here, been covering a lot of Major League Baseball here over the last couple, 2-3 weeks on this page. Going to get full swing on this stream on football season here, about a month away. Coming up, going to be a lot of content once football season starts here, but getting you some action for baseball here as the summer goes on. Before we begin any game on this stream, I always start with a prayer. Let's start right now. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us, Lord, keeping us safe, and let's keep these players safe tonight and keep everyone safe in the stands as well in this game. In your name we pray, Lord. Amen. Rays and Yankees, Game 2. Mentioned Rays winning 4-2 last night as the Yankees look to even this series. Pitching matchup tonight, it's going to be Joe Boyle taking the mound for the Rays. He's going to be going up against Max Fried of the Yankees. Max Fried, 11 wins so far for the Yankees this year. Tied for the pitching wins lead with Carlos Rodon. And he is the team's leading pitcher on ERA at 2.62. I'll give you his full stats here as this game gets ready to get underway. As the Rays and Yankees play the second of 3 here in this series. The second of 4, rather. This is a 4-game series in the Bronx. Yankees have a chance. They're currently in second place in the American League East. The Rays sit 4th. Yankees with a chance to gain ground. They missed a chance to gain ground on Toronto last night as they were beaten in Baltimore, and they were playing a doubleheader today in Baltimore. Toronto got trounced in Game 1 of the doubleheader today, 16-4. So the Yankees with another chance to pick up some ground here in the American League East. Of course, Aaron Judge out for the foreseeable future for the Yankees as he is suffering an injury, as the Yankees have not been playing well at all for these last 6 weeks as they're trying to stay in the race in the American League East. And meanwhile, the Rays, they haven't been playing very well either. They did get the win in the opener yesterday. They were clinging to some playoff hopes. They're still in the wild card picture, but they have faded a bit here, trying to get back in the groove and get back in that playoff picture. They got off to a good start in this series last night. We'll see what they can do in Game 2 of this series, going up against a tough pitcher tonight for the Yankees and Max Fried. As the Rays look to make it 2 in a row in the Bronx tonight on a very, very steamy night in the Bronx tonight. Caminero with the home run last night to help the Rays cause in that win last night over the Yankees. As the night goes on, we'll give you the scoreboard around Major League Baseball, full slate on the schedule tonight. Around the league, as mentioned, Blue Jays and Orioles playing a doubleheader today. Baltimore winning 16-4 in the opener there in Baltimore. They're underway in Game 2 of the doubleheader. We'll give you a full scoreboard update here a couple times as the night goes on. But let's take a look right now. Max Fried taking the hill for the Yankees tonight. He looks to take the solo lead in wins this year for the Yankees as he comes in at 11-4. Mentioned tied for the pitching wins lead for the Yankees with Carlos Rodon. Max Fried is 11-4, ERA 2.62. Mentioned that ERA leads the Yankees staff. He's walked 30 and struck out 116. He has pitched 127 in a third innings this year. And taking on a Rays lineup that put up 4 runs against this Yankees offense last night. In this AL East battle in the Bronx tonight. Rays and Yankees. Let's go ahead and run down that Major League Baseball scoreboard as we await this game to get underway. 16-4 mentioned Orioles beat the Blue Jays in game one of that doubleheader today. Game two underway. Blue Jays lead at 1-0. Bottom of the second. AL East leading Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, they've given up 27 runs to Baltimore in the first two games of that series. As the Orioles offense has taken it to Toronto so far in the first two games of that series. In Detroit, Diamondbacks and Tigers. D-backs lead at 1-0. Top of the second there. In Cleveland, Cleveland leads the Rockies 2-0. That game in the bottom of the second. Those are the only games in action right now. About to get underway in Cincinnati, the Dodgers and the Reds. And coming up in about a half hour in Kansas City, the Braves and the Royals, and the Red Sox and Twins, also about a half hour away in Minneapolis, as well as the Cubs and Brewers in Milwaukee. That's a big series in the National League Central, Cubs and Brewers. Brewers got the upper hand in game one last night, 8-4. Phillies and White Sox will meet on the south side in about 30 minutes. Marlins, Cardinals, Nationals, Astros, Rangers, Angels, Mets, Padres, Pirates, Giants, and Mariners, A's. The rest of the slate tonight. 93 degrees at first pitch in the Bronx tonight for the Rays and the Yankees. They're actually having a little bit of a ceremony at Yankee Stadium before the game goes on for that officer that was killed in the tragedy in New York yesterday. So here's the Rays batting order. Diaz, Aranda, Caminero, who homered last night, Morel, DeLuca, Lowe, Caballero, Fortes, and Walls. That is the batting order tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays. Against Max Fried, as Yandy Diaz will be the leadoff batter here for the Rays. Fried making his 22nd start of the season. Opponent's hitting just .214 against him. As Diaz will lead off for the Rays, a .283 batter. 18 home runs. He's drove in 62. He is the team's hits leader. He is the team hits leader with 114. As we are just about set to get underway on a steamy Tuesday night in the Bronx. And we are underway. First pitch from Fried is a strike. Diaz awaits Fried's 0-1 pitch. Diaz fouls it away. It's 0-2. Kevin Cash and Aaron Boone, the managers for the Rays and Yankees respectively, as the 2-0-2 misses high of all two strikes to Diaz. Fried delivers the 1-2 pitch to Diaz. Fouled away. Diaz steps back in and awaits a 1-2 pitch from Fried. On the ground and through into right field for a base hit. So Diaz starts the night with a base hit to right for the Rays. And that's how this game begins tonight. And it'll bring up the number 2 hitter for the Rays, Jonathan Aranda. Team's leader in batting average at .314. 11 home runs. He's drove in 51. And a strike here to Aranda. Ronda, the DH tonight for the Rays, as he awaits Fried's 0-1 pitch. That's down in the dirt, 1-1. There's two teams here, the AL East battle, two teams that have been struggling here recently. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's up to second. The flip is offline, and everybody's safe. Volpe fielded that ball for the Yankees, but was a little off balance and tried to flip it over to second base, but the throw was offline, and everybody's safe, and the Rays have the first two on here in the first inning. Yeah, Volpe went to his left to get it, but the flip was offline. That was going to be a tough play anyway for where that ball was hit. It's first and second, nobody out for the Rays. And that will bring up Junior Caminero. 256 batter, 27 home runs. He's drove in 70. The Rays leader in home runs and RBIs this year. And starts here with a ball. One-0 pitch, Caminero fouls it off. Fried delivers the 1-1 pitch to Caminero. Swing and a miss, 1-2 now. Comes the 1-2. Up and outside, 2-2. Fried delivers the 2-2 pitch to Caminero. Caminero rips one to left. That's going to stay in the park on the warning track. The catch is made in left field by Dominguez. Both runners tag and advance to second and third. So the Rays have two in scoring position with one out. And it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Christopher Morel, for the Rays. Morel hitting .210, 7 home runs. He's drove in 19. Second and third, one out. Great early scoring opportunity for the Rays tonight. Fried's pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Morel awaits Fried's 1-0 pitch. Inside again, it's 2-0. Morel steps in, and the 2-0 pitch on the way from Fried. Morel fouls it back. 2-1 now. Morel had a pretty good cut on that one, but fouled it back. Chris Guccione is calling the balls and strikes tonight. David Rackley is at first base. Chad Whitson at second, and Edwin Moscoso is at third. Time called here. With the win last night over the Yankees, the Rays have won 3 out of 4 in the season against the Yankees so far. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss by Morel. It's now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Morel. Swing and a miss, he got him. That's a big second out as Fried strikes out Morel. Second and third, 2 outs now for the Rays. And it'll bring up the number 5 hitter in the Rays lineup, Johnny DeLuca. DeLuca, only in his 12th game of the year, he's hitting .429 on the season. Got 12 hits and 28 at-bats on the season. DeLuca takes outside as the first pitch missed as well, so it's 2-0 on DeLuca. Second and third, 2 outs for the Rays here in the first. And make it 3-0 as that pitch misses high. Diaz is at third. He got aboard with a single, and then Aranda reached on an error by Volpe. Here's the 3-0 to Luca. I'm sure he'll be taking a pitch here. And he does, and that hit the inside corner for strike one. High pitch count here in the first inning for Fried. He's already at 22 pitches and still not out of the first inning yet. And here's the 3-1 pitch to DeLuca. DeLuca sends it into right center field. That's going to get down into the gap. This is going to score 2. DeLuca heading for second. And DeLuca's actually going to end up at third. He's got a 2-run triple. And the Rays take a 2-0 first inning lead. DeLuca never stopped once he hit second base and turned that into a triple without a throw to third. DeLuca's second triple of the year, and he's given the Rays a 2-0 first inning lead. Strike one here to Josh Lowe. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled back. It's 0-2. Lowe hitting .244 on the season. 6 home runs. He's drove in 25. DeLuca at third, and here's the 0-2 pitch from Fried. He got him, and that will end the top of the first, but a 26-pitch first inning for Fried, and the Rays break for 2 at the end of a half inning. It's the Rays 2 and the Yankees coming up. As on the mound tonight for the Rays, Joe Boyle is the starting pitcher for the Rays. Just his second start, 6th appearance of the year. 1-0 record, 1.42 ERA, 6 walks and 18 strikeouts in 19 innings. And again, this is just his second start. And he will head to the mound inheriting a 2-0 lead that this Rays lineup have given him. Yankees batting order looks this way. Trent Grisham will lead it off. He'll be the first batter up here at the bottom of the first inning. He'll be followed by Ben Rice. Paul Goldschmidt hitting third tonight. Bellinger, the cleanup hitter, the Yankee right fielder. Chisholm batting fifth. Dominguez in left field will bat sixth. McMahon at third base will bat seventh. Ryan McMahon, the third baseman. Volpe, the shortstop, bats eighth. And the Yankees catcher, Austin Wells, will bat ninth tonight. In this Yankees lineup, who again is missing Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge out for a little while, and see how the Yankees do in his absence. They lost the opener of the series. They're now just 8 games over 500. Second place still, though, in the American League East for manager Brett Boone. Trent Grisham, leadoff batter here in the bottom of the first inning, hitting .248 on the season. 17 home runs. He's drove in 39 on the season. And Boyle's first pitch at the bottom of the first, instead, time called by the home plate umpire. Now we're set to go here at the bottom of the first. And Boyle delivers. Ball one. Comes the 1-0 pitch. That's outside again. It's 2-0. Grisham steps back in the box and awaits Boyle's 2-0 pitch. Inside, it's 3-0. Here comes the 3-0, and Grisham draws a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the first. That'll bring up the Yankee first baseman, he's DHing tonight, Ben Rice. Hitting .229, 15 home runs, 32 runs batted in. So leadoff man on a leadoff 4-pitch walk to Trent Grisham. And now Rice the batter and the pitch. Rice sends it in the air to center field. Backing up on it is DeLuca. He's got it for the first out here at the bottom of the first. And it'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt. Hitting .283 on the season, 8 home runs, 37 runs batted in. And the pitch to him, strike one. Goldschmidt awaits the 0-1 pitch from Boyle. That's inside, 1-1. Boyle's 1-1 to Goldschmidt on the way. That's just low, 2-1. Doesn't look like it's going to be a very, very big strike zone at all tonight from home plate umpire Chris Guccione. Looks like he's going to call it pretty tight. And here's the 2-1 pitch. That's up high, 3-1 now. And here comes a 3-1 pitch. Boyle to Goldschmidt. Swing and a miss. That fastball hit 100 on the radar gun, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Goldschmidt pops it up. Right side, second baseman under it, Caballero for the catch for out number 2 in the Yankees' first inning. And it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Cody Bellinger. Bellinger hitting .281 on the year, 19 home runs. He's drove in 58. Second on the Yankees in home runs, behind Aaron Judge, of course. Boyle's pitch is down low for ball 1. Boyle's 0-1 pitch on the way to Bellinger. Down low, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. As Boyle looks in and delivers. Swing and a miss. 2-1 now. Two-one delivery from Boyle to Bellinger. That's popped up left side. Third baseman Caballero calls off, and the catch made, and that does it for the Yankees in the first. They get a walk, but strand a runner. We've played 1 in the Bronx. It's the Rays 2 and the Yankees nothing. The Rays will send 7, 8, 9 in the batting order in the second inning. Again, this is a 4-game series between these two teams. This is the second of 4. They will wrap up this series on Thursday in the Bronx. Rays looking to win the first 2 of this series against the Yankees. Rays will head back home after this series and take on the Dodgers in Tampa this weekend. Yankees will head down south to Miami to take on the Marlins in a weekend series. So that's what's coming up for these two teams following this series in the Bronx. And the Yankees come in second place in the American League East at 57-49. Rays come in 4th in the American League East. They got back over 500 with that win last night. They are 54-53 on the season. Blue Jays leading the American League East. Yankees in 2nd, Red Sox sit 3rd, Rays 4th, and Baltimore is in 5th. Baltimore having a down year this year. Taking it to the Blue Jays in the first 2 games of that series, however. So here for the Rays in the second, it'll be Caballero leading it off. Jose Caballero hitting .229 with 2 home runs. He's drove in 27 on the year. And, of course, Major League Baseball, before we begin the second inning, they lost one of the great second basemen in Ryne Sandberg. Longtime Chicago Cubs, manager of the Phillies for a little while. Sandberg passing away. Second inning underway. Caballero takes high for ball one. Max Fried coming off a 26-pitch first inning. And he starts off the second inning behind 2-0 now to Caballero. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That's now 3-0. Here comes the 3-0, taking all the way, and a strike. 3-1 the count. Three-one pitch ripped into left field. That's going to be foul. That was a rocket. Down the stands on the third base side. It's now full. Comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. Time called as Caballero steps out. Caballero steps back in the box and awaits the full count pitch from Fried. Caballero sends it into left, curving, foul, and we'll do it again. Nice catch by the fan down there. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up from Fried to Caballero. And that is ball four. And Caballero will draw a leadoff walk. Again, there is next to no strikes and no wide or high or low strike zone tonight from the home plate umpire. A very, very, very narrow strike zone. Leadoff walk. Brings up the Rays catcher. And that does hit the outside corner for strike one. And now the home plate umpire having a discussion with Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone, I don't think is real happy with the strike zone he's been getting so far. And Chris Guccione looked over to Aaron Boone as the two exchanged some words. The 0-1 pitch, there's a strike at the knees. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Instead, it's a throwback to first base. Caballero back. Caballero is a stolen base threat. He is the Rays' leader in stolen bases this year, 33 steals. The 0-2 pitch is off the end of the bat, popped up. Shortstop Volpe under that one for the first out. Brings up the number 9 hitter for the Rays, shortstop Taylor Walls. Walls hitting .223 on the year. 4 home runs. He's drove in 35. Fried looking and delivers. A little high, ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the number 9 hitter, Walls. That's on the inside corner for strike one. Caballero has not attempted to steal yet. Has a medium-sized lead at first base. Does not go here, and the 1-1 is at the knees for strike two. A ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Outside, 2-2. Top of the order, Diaz on deck. And the 2-2 to Walls up high, and then the count is full, 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch from Fried to Walls. Caballero does not go. Walls hits it to short. They'll go to second and get one there. Throw to first is late. So a fielder's choice. He races Caballero now with 2 outs. As we are back to the top of the order for Tampa Bay, Yandy Diaz. Diaz singled and scored in the Rays' 2-run first inning. And the throw over to first base from Fried. Walls has 13 steals on the season, so 20 less than the runner that was on there prior in Caballero. The pitch to Fried is inside for ball one. Fried delivers the 1-0 pitch to Yandy Diaz. And here it is. Inside again, 2-0. Max Fried in the mid-40s in his pitch count, and he is not even out of the second inning yet. So this may be a short night for him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's not close. It's 3-0. Figure Diaz will be taking a pitch or two here ahead in the count 3-0. And with Fried somewhat struggling with his control here. And the 3-0 pitch. Swings away and hits it to short. Short throw over to second. Kind of surprised to see Diaz swing there, but he does. And the Rays are out in the second inning. Inning and a half in the books. It's the Rays 2, the Yankees nothing. Here in the Yankees second inning, we're going to see Chisholm, Dominguez, and McMahon. Here in the bottom of the second inning. And between innings here, let's update you on the baseball scoreboard. Blue Jays have now taken a 2-0 lead in Baltimore over the Orioles, bottom of the fourth. That's the second game of a doubleheader. Orioles won the opener 16-4 after an 11-4 win last night for the Orioles in game one of that series. Diamondbacks have added to their lead in Detroit. They now lead 2-0. That's through 3. Cleveland 7-0 lead over the Rockies. That game's in the bottom of the 3rd. Dodgers have put 2 on the board in Cincinnati. The Dodgers lead that game 2-0, bottom 2. Just underway in Kansas City, the Braves and Royals, as are the Red Sox and Twins, Cubs and Brewers, and the Phillies and White Sox. Those games just getting underway. About to get underway in St. Louis between the Marlins and the Cardinals. About a half hour away from first pitch in Houston between the Astros and Nationals. And then later on tonight out west, Rangers and Angels, an AL West battle in Anaheim. Mets and Padres in San Diego. Pirates and Giants in San Francisco, and another AL West battle, Mariners and the A's. That's also a big series out there in San Diego between the Mets and Padres. Mets coming off a sweep of the Giants. Padres did take the opener last night, 7-6. That's also 2 teams that are looking not only for a postseason run, but a deep, deep postseason run. The Mets and the Padres. And here we get set to go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Rays lead the Yankees 2-0. As Chisholm will lead it off in the bottom of the 2nd for the Yankees, and he takes ball 1. Chisholm, a .248 hitter, 18 home runs. He's drove in 49. And here's the 1-0 pitch. That's right down the middle, strike 1. 1-1 pitch from Boyle to Chisholm. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. Chisholm awaits the 1-2 from Boyle. Here it is, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Chisholm went after a low one there, 1 down here in the Yankees' 2nd. Brings up the left fielder Dominguez, hitting .258, 9 home runs. He's drove in 36 on the year. And the pitch is a little outside for ball 1. .1-0 pitch, lifted in the air to left. Trying to chase this one, and it bounces. This ain't a fair ball. And Dominguez is in at 2nd with a double. That looked like it was going foul, but it stayed in the fair side of the chalk. And Dominguez has his 16th double of the year, and the Yankees have a runner at 2nd with 1 out. So the Yankees are runner in scoring position for Ryan McMahon. 4 for 9 on the season. Appearing in his 4th game of the year, and that's ball 1. Does have 3 RBIs. It's the 1-0 pitch. I should correct myself. Ryan McMahon, 9 at-bats as a Yankee. He was acquired from the Rockies a week or so ago. So he's 9 at-bats since coming aboard with the Yankees. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Overall, McMahon this year is a 223 hitter. And here's the 2-1 pitch that hit the outside corner, strike two. And here comes the 2-2 pitch from Boyle to McMahon. Foul ball. Dominguez the lead from second, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. At another low one. 2 down for the Yankees here in the second. And it'll bring up Volpe. Hitting .213 on the year, 14 home runs. He's drove in 55. Runner at second, now 2 outs for the Yankees. And Boyle's pitch is fouled away, strike one. Two-run triple in the first inning from DeLuca has the Rays ahead 2-0. Here's the 0-1 to Volpe. Little high, 1-1. One pitch, right down the middle, strike two. 1-2. One-two pitch to Volpe. Got him. 99 on the fastball. Boyle strikes out the side in the second. And the Yankees strand Dominguez at second. We've played 2. Rays 2, Yankees nothing. And for the Rays in the third inning, it's going to be Aranda, Caminero, and Morel against Fried, who is already at 46 pitches through 2 innings. Boyle, meanwhile, is at 32 after 2 innings. As the Rays look to beat the Yankees for the 4th time in 5 meetings this year. So Fried, with that high pitch count, may be a short evening for him for the Yankees. Aranda leading it off. He reached on an error, and he also scored on that 2-run triple in the first inning by Johnny DeLuca. Of course, Major League Baseball trade deadline coming up on Thursday night. We've already seen some deals. Still got a little less than 48 hours before the trade deadline ends. As we head to the top of the third inning on a steamy, steamy night in the Bronx. Aranda leading it off here in the Rays' third inning. And Fried back to work. Aranda's first pitch swinging, hit deep to right field. Back it goes, and that one is gone. Aranda sends it over the right field wall, and one pitch into the third inning, the Rays take the lead 3-0. Aranda goes deep for the 12th time this year, RBI number 52, and it's 3-0 Tampa Bay. Aranda sent that ball to the right center field bleachers about 3 or 4 rows back. And it'll bring up Caminero. And takes a strike at the knees. Oh, 1 pitch outside, a ball and a strike. One pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Fried's 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Caminero down on strikes for the first out. And it'll bring up the Rays cleanup hitter, Christopher Morel. Morel, a strikeout victim his first time against Fried. And swings through this one. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from Fried to Morel. Strike 2 down the middle. 0-2. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Morel strikes out for the second time. 4th strikeout of the game for Fried. 2 down in the inning, and it'll bring up DeLuca. DeLuca hit that 2-run triple that scored the 2 Rays runs in the first inning. And Fried's pitch, that's hit to third. Across the diamond to first in time to end the inning, but the Rays add to their lead on the Aranda home run. Bottom of the third coming up in the Bronx. It's now the Rays 3 and the Yankees nothing. For the Yankees in the bottom of the third inning, it's going to be 9-1-2 in the lineup. Austin Wells, and then the top of the order, Grisham and Rice. Against Joe Boyle, who now has an insurance run to work with that his offense gave him. His name now has a 3-0 lead as he goes back to work on the mound. Couple scores from the WNBA to update you on. Golden State and Atlanta. Golden State leads that one 17-14, nearly the end of the first quarter. Low-scoring first quarter there. 28-26 lead for Washington over Chicago nearing the end of the first quarter there. Later on out in Los Angeles, it'll be Las Vegas and Los Angeles. Give you an updated baseball scoreboard coming up here in the next half inning as well. It is a 3-0 lead in this one for the Rays over the Yankees. As we head to the bottom half of the third inning, 2-run triple in the first inning from Johnny DeLuca. And then back here in the third, at top of the third, and a Ronda home run. That's how the Rays have gotten their 3 runs to this point. And Austin Wells will lead it off in the bottom of the third, the Yankees catcher, hitting .214. He's got 15 home runs on the year. He's drove in 56. As Boyle gets set to go back to work on the mound. First pitch, bottom 3, swing and a miss. Oh, 0-1 on Austin Wells. Oh, 0-1 is fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. One-two pitch from Boyle to Wells. Down low, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, so a nice battle back here from Wells as he goes down 0-2, but now the count is full. Top of the order, Grisham is on deck. 3-2 payoff way outside and a leadoff walk here at the bottom of the third inning. And Trent Grisham steps up. He drew the other walk as he walked to lead off the bottom of the first. That's hit into right field, and that is a foul ball. Tried to get that to stay fair, but it just hooked foul. And it's strike 1. Strike 1 pitch coming to Grisham. And it's fouled away. Grisham behind 0-2. Grisham steps back in the box and awaits Boyle's 0-2 pitch. Down low, 1-2. Wells at first base. Grisham awaits Boyle's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Grisham down on strikes. Strikeout number 4 on the night for Boyle. 1 out here in the Yankees' third, and it brings up the DH Ben Rice. Rice 0 for 1 so far. And takes low for ball 1. One 0 pitch. It's a little high, 2-0. There's 2-0 pitch on the way. That misses outside, 3-0. No, let's see if Rice takes a pitch or two here. Strike. Ben Rice thought it threw the bat away. He thought it was ball 4. It was called a strike on the outside corner. Now a 3-1 pitch on the way. That is ball 4, down low. First and second for the Yankees now with 1 out. Paul Goldschmidt will be the batter. But first, we're going to have a visit on the mound by Rays pitching coach Kyle Snyder. A walk to Wells and now a walk to Rice. And Paul Goldschmidt tying run comes up for the Yankees here in the third. Boyle's pitch to Goldschmidt fouled away, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. In, way inside, a ball and a strike. One pitch. Right down the middle, strike 2. And taking off for third base is Wells. So he is now at third with 1 out. And here's the 1-2 pitch to Goldschmidt. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down in the inning. That is strikeout number 5 now for Boyle. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And it will bring up Cody Bellinger. The pitch to Bellinger outside, ball 1. Wells at third, Rice at first. The 1-0 pitch. Bellinger into right field. It goes. Bellinger has tied this game with a 3-run home run. Bellinger sends it out to right. A liner. Number 20 on the year for Bellinger. RBIs 59, 60, and 61. And we've got a brand new ball game. 3-3 in the bottom of the third. Boyle got way too much of the pitch on that plate, and Bellinger made him pay, sending a line drive over the right field wall and tying this game at 3. Strike 1 to Chisholm. Strike 1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away, 1-2. One-two pitch to Chisholm. Misses outside, 2-2. Two on the way. That's low. Full count. Boyle's payoff pitch to Chisholm. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Chisholm didn't like that call. Yankees are done in the third, but the 3-run home run by Cody Bellinger has tied this game. 3 in the books at Yankee Stadium. Rays 3, Yankees 3. Brand new ball game. Couple of Major League Baseball updates. Orioles have tied up the Blue Jays. That's now a 2-2 game. Top of the 6th in Baltimore. Tigers have come back to tie up the Diamondbacks 2-2. That game bottom 5. Royals have put a run on the board against the Braves. That game's 1-0 bottom of the 2nd. Cubs with an early lead in Milwaukee 1-0 bottom 2. Phillies lead the White Sox 2-0. Still Cleveland all over the Rockies 8-1. Bottom of the 5th there. Dodgers still lead the Reds in Cincinnati 2-0 top 4. Red Sox, Twins, and Marlins, Cardinals scoreless, both those games in the 2nd inning. But here for the Rays in the top of the 4th inning. It's going to be 6, 7, and 8. Lowe, Caballero, and Fortes. So Lowe will lead off the Rays' 4th inning. He was a strikeout victim his first time against Fried. Steamy night in the Bronx, New York. First pitch, top 4, strike at the knees. Strike 1 pitch from Fried. Foul back. That got the catcher. It's 0-2. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Oh, 2 down low, 1-2. Fried looks in and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Foul away again. Good battle here between Fried and Lowe. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lowe strikes out for the second time. That's 5 now on the night for Fried. And it'll bring up Caballero with 1 out. Ball 1. Caballero walked his first time. A 1-0 pitch is fouled off. A ball and a strike now. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Fried to Caballero. Down low, 2-1. Two-one pitch on the way. From Fried to Caballero. Got under that one, sends it into left field. Routine play out there in left for Dominguez for out number 2 here in the Rays' 4th inning. And it'll bring up Fortes with 2 out, nobody on here in the 4th. Fortes takes outside for ball 1. Here's the 0-1, or the 1-0 rather. Fortes sends it into right center field. Easy play out there for Cody Bellinger, and the Rays are retired 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It remains Rays 3, Yankees 3. For the Yankees here in the bottom of the fourth inning, it's going to be Dominguez, McMahon, and Volpe, 6, 7, and 8. In the lineup against Boyle. Boyle had a rough third inning as his pitch count ballooned to 59 as he had a long third inning. The series will continue tomorrow night and on Thursday afternoon in the Bronx. Chance for the Yankees, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream tonight, chance for the Yankees to gain ground on the Blue Jays, as the Blue Jays have lost the first two games in Baltimore against the Orioles and given up 27 runs in the 2 runs in the process. Blue Jays and Orioles in the second game of that doubleheader is 2-2 tonight. Game in the bottom of the 6th. As those two teams wrap up a 4-game series tomorrow afternoon. The first place Toronto Blue Jays having some problems against last place Baltimore in that series. It'll be Dominguez to lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Yankees. Dominguez doubled his first time up off of Boyle. And Dominguez swings through the first pitch of the bottom of the 4th here for strike 1. As Boyle just hit the 60 pitch mark with that pitch, and the 0-1 is a strike at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2. Boyle's 0-2 pitch to Dominguez. Fouled away, stays alive. Boyle's 2-2 hit foul. Another 2-2 pitch on the way to Dominguez. Lifted foul, and that will get out of play. Oh, 2 pitch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. So there's a leadoff single for Dominguez here at the bottom of the 4th. Dominguez 2 for 2 on the night. And that will bring up Ryan McMahon. McMahon, a strikeout victim his first time against Boyle. Boyle looks in and delivers to McMahon. Ball 1. That looked like it might get by to the backstop. Nice stop there by Fortes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Instead, it's a throw over to first base. Dominguez dives back in. Rays bullpen starting to loosen out there as Boyle nearing the 70 pitch mark. Dominguez takes off, and he's going to make it in there at second base easily. Stolen base for Dominguez is number 16 on the year. That's Mason Montgomery loosening up for the Rays in the bullpen. And here comes the 1-1 pitch to McMahon. Fouled away, 1-2. McMahon came over to the Yankees 4 days ago in a trade from the Rockies. But the pitch is just low. Now 2-2 on McMahon. Two-two pitch. Lifted in the air to left. Just shy and now just on the edge of the warning track. Catch made in left field. Tagging and heading to third is Dominguez. He overslid the bag but was able to get back before the tag was applied by Caminero. So a runner at third. Go-ahead run for the Yankees with 1 out. And it will bring up Volpe. Now, Dominguez overslid the bag there at third base and was just able to get back before the tag was applied. Volpe takes strike 1. Oh, 1 on the way. Volpe sends into center. That's going to fall, and that's going to give the Yankees the lead. RBI single by Volpe brings in Dominguez, and the Yankees, for the first time tonight, have the lead. It's 4-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. Volpe with RBI number 56 on the year as that scores Dominguez from third. Here's Austin Wells. Walked, stole a base, and scored a run. He scored on that 3-run home run by Bellinger last inning. 1-0 pitch inside, 2-0. It's the 2-0 pitch, as this is probably going to be Boyle's, if not last inning, last batter. Strike 1, 2-1. Not a big lead at all at first base, and the 2-1 pitch is on the ground. 2-2 off the glove, and everybody's going to be safe. It looked like it was going to be a routine play there at second base by Caballero, but the ball caromed out of his glove and went out onto the outfield grass in right center. And it's first and second with 2 outs for the Yankees, as that will bring us back to the top of the order in Trent Grisham. Joe Boyle's night is finished as he does not make it through the fourth. Mason Montgomery coming in to a first and second 2-out situation. So Boyle makes it through 3 1/3. Gives up 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 6. And he is responsible for the 2 runners on base as well. As Mason Montgomery comes in to pitch. Out for the 42nd time, 1-2 record, 5.57 ERA. 19 walks, 43 strikeouts in 32 1/3 innings. Inheriting a little bit of a jam, first and second with 1 out, and it's the top of the order due up for the Yankees, Grisham. Grisham in his 2 at-bats against Boyle walked and struck out. As he will see Mason Montgomery here. So Mason Montgomery coming on to face Grisham. The left-hander delivers outside, ball 1. Montgomery delivers the 1-0. There goes the runner, and the throw is into left field. That's going to score the run. A stolen base and an error. And the Yankees add to their lead. It's 5-3. Both runners took off there, and the throw was a terrible throw from Fortes as it went into left field. And the Yankees add a run. It's now 5-3. And a runner at second base. As the pitch was down in the dirt. Nice stop there by Fortes. It's 2-0. That ball hit foul. Two and 2 is the count. Grisham steps back in and awaits Montgomery's 2-2 pitch. On the ground to first. Nice play. Underhand throw over to Montgomery for the second out. Nice play there by Diaz at first base. Probably saved a run there as that ball was headed out to the right field. It's 2 down here for the Yankees in the 4th. And it will bring up Rice. He's 0 for 1 in the game. He has walked and he scored on that 3-run home run. The pitch to Rice. Look out, up and in. That almost got him. 1-0. Little chin music there on that one. Strike one, or the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One pitch is upstairs. 2-1. Two-one pitch inside. 3-1. Goldschmidt is on deck. The 3-1 pitch on the way. Ball 4, and the Yankees have first and third now with 2 outs for Paul Goldschmidt. It's going to be a heavy bullpen night tonight, it looks like. As pitching coach Kyle Snyder comes out to talk to Montgomery. So here's Goldschmidt. In his 2 at-bats against Boyle, he went 0 for 2. First and third, 2 outs here in the 4th. Montgomery's pitch to Goldschmidt, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's at the knee, strike 1. One pitch. Ripped into left for a base hit. This will get another run home. RBI for Goldschmidt, and it's 6-3 Yankees. Goldschmidt drives in a run. And it will bring up Cody Bellinger. First pitch to Bellinger, ball 1. One 0 misses low, 2-0. Three in the third for the Yankees on the Bellinger homer, and 3 so far here in the 4th. The 2-0 to Bellinger's inside, 3-0. Three-zero pitch from Montgomery to Bellinger. Those 4 pitches were not close, and Bellinger walks to load the bases. And it'll bring up Jazz Chisholm. As the Yankees have batted around, as Chisholm now the 9th batter of the inning. Rays bullpen gets busy again. As Ian Seymour loosening in the bullpen. And Montgomery delivers strike 1 to Chisholm. And here's the 0-1, strike 2. Quickly 0-2. Chisholm has struck out both times. Those were against Boyle. 0-2 pitch, low and outside, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, got him. That's a hat trick for Chisholm as he strikes out for the third time. Yankees retired in the fourth, but they add 3 to break the tie. And we've played 4 in the Bronx. Yankees lead the Rays 6-3. The Rays will have 9-1-2 due up here in the fifth. It'll be Walls, Diaz, and Aranda. Fried is at 68 pitches. So now with a 3-run lead, we'll see if they continue to stick with Fried and try to get him through 5 and try and get him his 12th victory of the season. Rays got 2 in the first on the 2-run triple by DeLuca. They got 1 in the third on the solo home run by Aranda, but the Yankees have scored the game's last 6 runs. 3-run home run by Bellinger in the bottom of the third tied it. And then the Yankees just played at 3 here in the fourth. RBI single by Volpe. Volpe scored on the throwing error on the stolen base attempt, and then Goldschmidt with the RBI single. And the Yankees have a 6-3 lead as we head to the top of the fifth inning. Going to be 9-1-2 for the Rays. Walls, and then the top of the order, Diaz and Aranda. As Fried will be back out for the fifth inning, as if he can get through 5, he would be in line for win number 12 on the season for him. And Fried's first pitch at the top of the fifth is up and in, ball 1 to Walls. Walls 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's inside. 2-0. Pitch. That's a strike at the knees. 2-1. Two one on the way outside. 3-1. Three one pitch lifted to right. That will get out of play, and the count goes full. Full count. Here comes the 3-2 payoff. Swing and a miss. Or is it? No, it is a foul ball. Wells unable to hold on to it. It's going to be a foul tip for strike 3, but Wells unable to hang on to the foul ball, and we'll do another 3-2. Here it is. That's lifted in the air to center, barely having to move out there in center field is Grisham, and there's the first out in the top of the 5th. And we're back to the top of the order, Diaz. Diaz 1 for 2 with a single, and he scored one of the 3 Rays runs tonight. Diaz takes low for ball 1. One 0 pitch misses high, 2-0. Diaz looks on against Fried, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. Strike 1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2. Of course, Major League Baseball inducted their Hall of Fame inductees the other day as Diaz swings and misses for strike 3. Get into those Hall of Fame inductees at the half-inning break. Two down here in the Rays' 5th inning, and it brings up Aranda. Aranda hit the home run back in the 3rd inning. At the time, gave the Rays a 3-0 lead before the Yankees have scored 6 unanswered runs. Aranda went around there, and it's 0-2. Pitch from Fried to Aranda. Got him. Fried retires the Rays in order in the 5th. That is strikeout number 7 for Fried. And he will be in line for win number 12 on the year as we are halfway through it. Yankees lead the Rays 6-3. In the MLB Hall of Fame, inducted their latest class into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown this past weekend. Ichiro Suzuki. What a career he had, mostly with the Seattle Mariners. Fantastic career. CC Sabathia. Great pitching career for these New York Yankees. Billy Wagner, longtime Houston Astros closer, one of the greatest closers in baseball history. Almost automatic if you got to him into the 9th inning that you were going to win that game. Dave Parker, longtime Oakland A. And Dick Allen, the 5 inductees into the MLB Hall of Fame this year, players into the Hall of Fame this year. Of course, we had another inductee, longtime Cleveland radio broadcaster Tom Hamilton, getting the Hall of Fame induction as well, and well-deserved for him. So those were the 5 players and the 1 broadcaster that made the MLB Hall of Fame for this 2025 season. Tom Hamilton been broadcasting Cleveland baseball games since 1990. Here at the bottom of the fifth inning, Yankees will send up 6, 7, and 8. Dominguez, McMahon, and Volpe to the plate. It's going to be against a new Rays pitcher. Third Rays pitcher of the game, Ian Seymour, coming out for the seventh time. 1-0 record, 1.86 ERA, 3 walks and 8 strikeouts in 9 2/3 innings. As Dominguez will lead off the Yankee fifth. They batted around in the fourth inning. First pitch swing from Dominguez is fouled off. Dominguez 2 for 2 on the night. Here's the 0-1 down low, a ball and a strike. One from Seymour to Dominguez, fouled away, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The count on Dominguez to lead off the bottom of the fifth. One-two pitch on the way. Got him. Foul tip into the mitt. Strike 3. And Seymour strikes out Dominguez. First time Dominguez has been retired tonight by Tampa Bay pitchers. And the batter will be Ryan McMahon. McMahon's got an 0 for 2 night going in this one, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Give you a full baseball scoreboard, full baseball rundown scoreboard once again here at the end of this half inning. Oh, 1's a swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. Seymour's 0-2 to McMahon. Down low, 1-2. That 1-2 pitch misses low, 2-2 now. Two. Low again. Full count. McMahon was behind 0-2, but he's battled back to a full count. Volpe, the on-deck hitter for the Yankees. And here comes the 3-2 payoff. In the air to left center field. That ball still carrying at the track. The catch is made out there by DeLuca in left center field. 4 out, number 2. Well, that ball kept carrying and carrying and carrying. About another 5 feet, that ball would have been over the fence. 2 down in the Yankees' fifth. And it brings up Volpe. Seymour's pitch to Volpe, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch is at the knees, 0-2. Two-strike pitch from Seymour to Volpe. Ripped foul into the stands there, first base side. That was a rocket. Strike 2 pitch from Seymour to Volpe. Up high, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. Fouled away, and we'll do it again. One, two, on the ground, too short. And the throw over to first, and the Yankees are retired in order in the bottom of the fifth. On we go to the sixth. Yankees 6 and the Rays 3. For the Rays in the top of the sixth inning, it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Caminero, Morel, and DeLuca. Let's once again run down the baseball scoreboard for you. Blue Jays and Orioles, game 2 of that doubleheader. It's 2-2 heading to the bottom of the 8th, and that one in Baltimore. The Tigers have busted things loose against the Diamondbacks. They now lead this game 11-2. That game headed to the top of the 7th. Cleveland has put double digits up on the Rockies. They lead that one 10-2. Bottom 7 in Cleveland. Reds have taken the lead over the Dodgers in Cincinnati, 4-2. That's in the bottom of the 5th. Royals 4-0 lead over the Braves in Kansas City, bottom 5 there. Red Sox taking the lead in Minneapolis over the Twins, 4-0. Game in the bottom of the 4th. Brewers have taken the lead over the Cubs in Milwaukee in that NL Central battle, 2-1, bottom of the 4th. Brewers got the upper hand in game 1 of that series yesterday. Phillies all over the White Sox on the south side of Chicago, 6-0, bottom of the 5th. Marlins have scored in St. Louis. They lead that game 2-0. That game's in the top of the 4th. Astros, a 1-0 lead on the Nationals, top 3 there. And in game 1 of that doubleheader between the Blue Jays and Orioles 16-4. Coming up in about 45 minutes in Anaheim, Rangers and Angels. Also in about 45 minutes in San Diego, Mets and Padres. As well as the Pirates and the Giants in San Francisco. And about an hour from now, Mariners and A's. AL West battle out there. In West Sacramento. And here is it a 6-3 game. The Yankees lead the Rays. So we head to the top of the 6th inning. And strike one. Fried back out there for the 6th inning. As Caminero leads it off, he is 0 for 2 tonight against Fried. And the strike one pitch is way outside, a ball and a strike. Fried now at 85 pitches. One pitch to Caminero. It ran line, but right there, right at the second baseman, Chisholm. And there's out number 1. That was a line drive, but Chisholm went about 2 steps to his right and able to field that one for the first out. And it'll bring up Morel. Morel 0 for 2. He struck out both previous times on the night against Fried. Takes hit low here for ball 1. A swing and a miss. 1-1. It's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Rays bullpen getting busy again. Mason Englert loosening up for the Rays in the pen. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Morel fouls it off. One-two pitch. Outside, 2-2. Two-two pitch from Fried to Morel. That ball is ripped to left, but well foul. And it stays 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 8 for Fried. Morel strikes out for the 3rd time. 2 down in the inning, and it brings up DeLuca. DeLuca hit that 2-run triple in the 1st inning that gave the Rays the first 2 runs of the game. Pitch is inside, ball 1. One-zero pitch. Down low, 2-0. Like Fried may be fighting a blister or something on his left pinky finger. As the 2-0 pitch is a strike, 2-1. This is going to be his last inning. He's at 96 pitches. He's been thrown about as many pitches in the last 4 innings as he had in the first 2 innings. 2-1 is on the ground to third. And the throw across in time. And the Rays once again retired 1-2-3. In the 6th, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees 6, Rays 3. For the Yankees here in the bottom of the 6th inning against the Rays. Going to be Wells, and then the top of the order, Grisham and Rice. And see if we see the 4th Rays pitcher of the night. So Fried, the Yankees get a good 6 innings out of their starter tonight. Gave up just 3 hits. He really settled down after those first couple of innings. Gave up 3 runs. Only 1 of those was earned. 1 walk and 8 strikeouts. 97 pitches. You would more think that would be it for him tonight. Six runs, just 5 hits for the Yankees tonight. 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Yankees. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors on the night for the Rays. One of them, the throwing error on a stolen base attempt that brought in a run. And it will be the 4th Rays pitcher of the night. It's going to be Mason Englert coming in to pitch. Englert be out for the 19th time. 3.77 ERA for Englert. 5 walks, 30 strikeouts in 28 and 2/3 innings. Pitcher number 4 on the night for the Rays. And he will come on and face 9, 1, and 2 in the Yankees order. Wells, and then the top of the order, Grisham and Rice. Wells leads it off. Goes after the first pitch and sends it into left field. And the running grab out there in left field by Morel. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Yankee 6th. Back to the top of the order in Grisham. Grisham's 0 for 2. He has reached on a walk. Pitch is on the inside corner for strike 1. Orioles have taken the lead over the Blue Jays 3-2. That game is headed to the top of the 9th. So if that holds and this holds, the Yankees will pick up a game and a half on the first place Toronto Blue Jays today. Yankees enter the night 5 back in the East. That can become 4 if the Yankees hold on here and the Orioles hang on to beat the Blue Jays. One-two pitch, a swing and a miss. Grisham strikes out. 2 down in the Yankee 6th. And the batter will be Ben Rice. Rice has walked twice and scored a run. He's 0 for 1 officially. And the pitch to Rice is a strike. Rice hits it back to the pitcher and the quick throw in time. And Englert throws a 7-pitch inning and gets the Yankees 1-2-3 in the 6th. On we go to the 7th. The Yankees 6 and the Rays 3. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Rays. Lowe, Caballero, and Fortes in the top of the 7th inning. Second of 4 between the Rays and the Yankees. They have game 3 of the series tomorrow night and will wrap up the series Thursday afternoon in the Bronx. Yankees will head south to Miami to begin a 3-game series with the Marlins this weekend. Rays will head back home and host the Dodgers. For a 3-game set this weekend. Six, 7, 8 for the Rays. Coming up, Lowe, Caballero, and Fortes. They trail by 3. The Yankees, as mentioned, trying to pick up a game and a half on the day against the Blue Jays. They entered today, the full day, 5.5 behind Toronto. Picked up a half game with the Blue Jays' loss earlier today and now can pick up another game. They can hang on and win this one, and the Orioles hang on to beat the Blue Jays. So here's Lowe to lead off the top of the 7th. And Max Fried is still in the game, and that's a strike. Surprised to see he's back in there at 97 pitches. Lowe is 0 for 2 on the night, with a couple strikeouts against Fried. 0-1, and now he's behind again, 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, and Lowe strikes out for the 3rd time tonight against Fried. That is strikeout number 9 on the night for Fried. And here's Caballero. Caballero has reached on a walk. Red Sox have added a run in Minnesota, so they now lead 5-0. They can pick up a game as well tonight on the Blue Jays. Red Sox entered play in 3rd place in the American League East, but just a game behind the Yankees for 2nd. They're 6 out. 1-0 pitch from Fried is a strike, as Fried has cleared the 100 pitch mark. There is action in the Yankee bullpen. One down. No, they called it a strike. Caballero didn't like that call. That looked low, but it does seem like ever since Aaron Boone had that discussion with the home plate umpire Chris Guccione earlier in the game, it does seem like the strike zone has changed significantly. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Fried to Caballero. Just missed. I think Fried thought he had his 10th strikeout. Instead, it's 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch. Up the middle to second, and field and the throw over to first for out number 2 here in the Rays' 7th inning. We'll bring up Fortes with 2 out and nobody on. Fortes has an 0 for 2 night going. That's down low, ball 1. Fortes has popped out and flown out tonight in his 2 prior at-bats. It's the 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. It's the 2-0 pitch on the way. Inside, 3-0. Brian Baker is up loosening for the Rays in the pen. Yankees bullpen, it's Jonathan Loaisiga warming up. The 3-0 pitch is down low. That's a 4-pitch walk to Fortes. And he walks with 2 outs in the 7th. And that's going to be it. As Aaron Boone comes out of the dugout. And he's going to pull Fried after 109 pitches. Gave up the 3 early runs. He's going to, and Fried, I think Fried just talked Aaron Boone out of taking him out of the game. Fried was pleading with Aaron Boone, please give me one more batter, and Aaron Boone obliged. Don't see that very often. Walls is the batter. He figured this is his last batter regardless. The pitch to Walls is down low, ball 1. That's 5 straight out of the strike zone now for Fried as he's at the 110 pitch mark. Here's the 1-0 pitch coming from Fried to Walls. Instead, Fried steps off. Fried delivers to Walls. Walls sends it into right center. That's going to get down into the gap all the way to the wall. Rounding third and scoring is Fortes. Walls with an RBI double, and it's 6-4. And that will get the tying run to the plate as we're going to go back to the top of the order in Diaz. So Fried could not get that last batter to make it through 7. And Aaron Boone is now going to pull him. Gave up the 3 runs early, then got a lot stronger, but he's chased here with 2 outs in the 7th. Gets a nice hand from the Yankee faithful. 6 2/3 innings for Fried. And if the bullpen can help him out, he's still in line for win number 12 on the season. It's going to be Loaizaga coming in to pitch for the Yankees. Try to keep this a 2-run lead. Loaizaga will be out for the 28th time on the year. 0-1, 4.67 ERA, 10 walks, 24 strikeouts in 27 innings. Inherits a runner at second and the tying run at the plate in Yandy Diaz. Diaz has a 1-for-3 evening going. And it is now a final in Baltimore. The Orioles have beat the Blue Jays 3-2. So that is three wins in the series for Baltimore. And they look for the 4-game sweep tomorrow afternoon against the AL East leaders. First place Blue Jays against the last place Orioles, but the Orioles have taken it to them. To the tune of 30 runs in 3 games against the first place Blue Jays. So a chance for the Yankees to pick up a game and also a chance for the Red Sox to pick up a game. The Yankees can pull within 4 of first place Toronto, and Boston can pull within 5. So Loaizaga on here against Diaz. Diaz represents the tying run, and it pitches outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. On the ground, 2 first. And Loansega will throw 2 pitches and get out of the top of the 7th. Rays do get 1. Stretch time at Yankee Stadium. It's the Yankees 6. The Rays 4. And for the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th, it's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Goldschmidt, Bellinger, and Chisholm. Bellinger hit that 3-run homer for the Yankees back in the 3rd inning. They raced a 3-0 deficit. And that tied the game before the Yankees took the lead with 3 in the 4th. So the final numbers on Fried, 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 of those earned, 2 walks and 9 strikeouts, 111 pitches for Max Fried. So the Rays get 1 back there in the 7th, but they still trail by 2. The Yankees would like to add a little bit of insurance back. Like Englert is going to come back out for the 7th for the Rays. And he will face Paul Goldschmidt to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Goldschmidt, an RBI single in this game. So the 2 pitchers of record, Max Fried would be eligible for the win in this one. The 2 starters of the pitcher of record, Boyle would be on the hook for the loss if the Rays do not come back. First pitch, bottom of the 7th here, as Goldschmidt will lead it off for the Yankees. It is not against Englert. It's going to be Brian Baker into the game. Sixth appearance for Baker in a Rays uniform. Overall 3-4 on the year, 4.4 ERA, 13 walks, 56 strikeouts. Fifth pitcher of the night for Tampa Bay. As the Yankees are 6 outs away from a win, be just their 2nd win against the Rays this year. Rays have won 3 of the first 4 against the Yankees. So Paul Goldschmidt stands in against Baker to lead off the bottom of the 7th. First pitch. Goldschmidt fouls back. Now a final in Cleveland as well. Cleveland defeats the Rockies 10-4. The teams have split the first two of that series. 0-1 pitch from Baker to Goldschmidt. Down low, ball one. Goldschmidt on the 1-1 fouls it away. A ball and two strikes. Baker steps in. And the 1-2 to Goldschmidt. Strike three at the knees. Goldschmidt knew it. One out in the Yankee seventh. And the batter will be Cody Bellinger. Bellinger 1 for 2. He hit the 3-run game-tying home run in the bottom of the third before the Yankees took the lead with 3 in the bottom of the fourth. Rays have answered. They got one back in the top of the seventh. Bellinger takes low for ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Diving stop at first, and the throw over to Baker in time for out number 2. Nice play at first base by Diaz. Taking a base hit away from Bellinger there. 2 down in the Yankee seventh. Bring up Jazz Chisholm. Has a hat trick going tonight, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Chisholm swings through that one, 0-1. Strike one pitch. Swing and a miss again, and he's behind 0-2. Chisholm in danger of striking out for the 4th time tonight. Here comes Baker's 0-2. Back to the pitcher. It's not a strikeout, but it's still a lazy ground out. And the Yankees retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th at Yankee Stadium. Yankees lead the Rays 6-4. The Rays will send up 2, 3, and 4. Aranda, Caminero, and Morel in the top of the 8th inning. See who they will be facing on the mound for the Yankees here in the 8th inning. Tim Hill and Mark Leiter Jr. are the Yankees setup men. But Loasiga only threw 2 pitches to get out of that 7th inning. Again, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Rays. Aranda, Caminero, and Morel due up in the 8th inning, down by 2. Rays won the opener of this 4-game set last night, 4-2. As the Yankees look to even this series. Aranda will be the leadoff batter. He's 1 for 3 in the game. He homered back in the 3rd, hit that solo home run. That gave the Rays a 3-0 lead at the time, before Bellinger's 3-run home run in the bottom of the third tied it. The Yankees proceeded to score 3 more in the fourth. So here's Aranda. It will be Loaizaga back out there for the 8th, as Aranda leads it off for the Rays. First pitch swinging is into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Aranda with a leadoff single here in the top of the 8th, and the Rays will get the tying run to the plate. And Caminero. Caminero has an 0 for 3 night going. And the pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Caminero. Inside, 2-0. De Los Santos up in the bullpen. He was up earlier for the Yankees. He's back up again. The 2-0 pitch. Caminero fouls it off. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Caminero sends it into right. That's a base hit. It's first and second for the Rays with nobody out. The tying run now on for the Rays, as Aranda and Caminero back-to-back singles. And here's the cleanup hitter, Morel. Morel is 0 for 3 on the night. Morel hits it to short. That could be 2. To second, 1 to first. Double play. 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs. Aranda does advance to third. And it will be DeLuca. It's actually not going to be DeLuca. We're going to have a pinch hitter, Chandler Simpson. Will be the pinch hitter for Johnny DeLuca. Simpson hitting .302 on the season. 15 RBIs. Runner third, 2 outs. Simpson swings through it for strike 1. That was a big, big double play the Yankees just turned. Erased the tying run from the base paths. 0-1 to Simpson outside, a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Lifted foul. Will that stay in play? Yes, it does. For the third baseman right there, McMahon. And the Rays squander first and second with nobody out. They do not score. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Yankees still leading the Rays 6-4. Yankees here in the bottom of the 8th inning will have 6, 7, and 8. Dominguez, McMahon, and Volpe due up. Trying to add some insurance to their 2-run lead. As the Yankees 3 outs away from evening up this 4-game series at a game apiece. Also now have a final in Detroit. The Tigers 12-2 win over the Diamondbacks. Tigers have won the first 2 of that series. Dodgers have tied up the Reds in Cincinnati 4-4. That game headed to the top of the 8th inning. Brewers have extended their lead over the Cubs in that NL Central battle 5-2 in Milwaukee, top of the 6th. Nationals and Astros now tied 2-2 through 4. We're going to see the 6th pitcher of the night for Tampa Bay in this game. It's going to be Kevin Kelly, out for the 27th time. 0-2 record, 5.88 ERA, 6 walks, 19 strikeouts in 26 innings. He's going to try to keep this game where it is, a 2-run deficit. Again, he will be facing 6, 7, 8 in the Yankees lineup. Dominguez, McMahon, and Volpe. Dominguez has a 2-for-3 evening going as he will lead off the bottom of the 8th for the Yankees. Chandler Simpson, who came on as a pinch hitter for DeLuca in the top of the 8th inning, will stay in the game in center field. First pitch, bottom 8, foul ball. The strike 1 pitch on the way. On the ground on 1 hop to second. Caballero over to first, and there's the first out at the bottom of the 8th. We'll bring up McMahon. McMahon hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. The pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Looking ahead to the Rays' 9th inning, it's going to be 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Lowe, Caballero, and Fortes. A 1 pitch, here's a strike, 0-2. And you would think it's going to be against Devin Williams, the Yankees closer, who is warming up now. 0-2 pitch coming up. Swing and a miss. McMahon swings through that one. 2 down in the 8th. And it'll bring up Volpe. Volpe's 1 for 3 in the game. Single, drove in a run, scored a run. The pitch from Kelly down low, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Little inside, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. Outside corner, strike one. Two-one pitch outside. It's now 3-1. Wells is on deck. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Strike two on the outside corner. I think Volpe was ready to walk down to first base. He thought that was ball four. And the count is now full. And here comes the 3-2 payoff. Fly ball center hit pretty well. Back to the wall. That's gone. Volpe sends it out. And the Yankees pick up a big insurance run. That's a home run number 15 on the year for Volpe. And it's now 7-4. Yankees in the eighth. Just to the right of straightaway center field, Volpe crushed that one. And it's back to a 3-run Yankee lead. Wells sends it in the air to center. That's hit pretty well. But at the track, this one's going to stay in play. And the center fielder, Simpson, will grab it to end the eighth. But a Volpe home run adds to the Yankee lead as we head to the ninth. Yankees lead the Rays 7-4. So we should see Williams out here. It will still be a save situation with a 3-run lead. Assuming we do see Devin Williams in this game. Be on for the 44th time. Record of 3-3. 4.58 ERA, little high for a closer role. 15 walks, 53 strikeouts, and 39 in the third innings. So that 4.58 ERA, as mentioned, for a closer, that's a little on the high side. But he's just needing 3 outs here and has a 3-run cushion to work with. He will be facing Lowe, Caballero, and Fortes, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Rays here in the ninth. As the Yankees are 3 outs away from evening this 4-game series at a game apiece and pulling within 4 games of the first place Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays were swept in a doubleheader today in Baltimore. We'll run down the complete baseball scoreboard at the conclusion of this game. So Lowe will lead it off for the Rays here in the ninth. Lowe is 0 for 3. He's got a hat trick going as he struck out all 3 times tonight. As the Rays will need to get 2 men on to get the tying run to the plate. They had the tying run on base last inning, but a double play erased that threat. Going to be back on with you on this stream page Saturday, at least Saturday night. Hope to bring you a doubleheader Saturday, but I'll at least be with you for the Saturday evening game, the Braves and the Reds. And boy, what an interesting game and a fun one that's going to be. Be back with you for a live stream Saturday night for that Braves-Reds game. Williams on here in the ninth, and he faces Lowe. The first pitch is inside, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's also inside. Quickly 2-0 the count. On low. Williams looks in and delivers the 2-0 pitch. That's foul, 2-1. Williams looking for his 17th save in 18 opportunities this year. He's only blown one so far. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That ball is hit pretty well to right. If it's fair, it's a home run, but it's not. It's foul. Ooh, Lowe just missed one, but pulled it a little bit too far to the right. And instead, it's a long strike, 2-2. The 2-2. Lowe sends it into right center. That's a base hit. That's into the gap, all the way to the wall. Lowe is rounding second, and he's going to be in third standing up with a stand-up triple to lead off the ninth inning. That was hit right into the gap in right center field. And the Rays are one batter away from getting one batter reaching away from getting the tying run to the plate. And Caballero will be the batter. 0 for 2 tonight. He has reached on a walk. Caballero had to get out of the way of that one. Ball one. The 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. Low at third base, he really doesn't mean anything. The batter at the plate really doesn't either. But if he reaches, Rays will get the tying run up. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Williams, the National League Rookie of the Year back in 2020, that COVID-shortened 2020 season. 2-1 pitch way outside, 3-1. Williams looks in and will deliver the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, Caballero was swinging for the fence on that one, and the count runs full now, 3-2. Williams looks in and delivers the 3-2 payoff to Caballero. Caballero fouls it off. We'll do it again. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter coming up next for the Rays. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Ball 4, and the tying run comes to the plate. And it's going to be a pinch hitter. Looks like Tristan Gray is going to be the pinch hitter. Boy, that insurance run on the Volpe homer in the bottom of the 8th is looking a little on the large side right now for the Yankees. Tristan Gray only getting his 6th at bat of the year. He's 1 for 5 on the year. He represents the tying run against Williams. And the pitch. Up high, ball one. Walls on deck, and then it'll reset to the top of the order. Williams 1-0 pitch on the way. And he'll look and throw over to first. Caballero dives back. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the pinch hitter, Gray. Outside, 2-0, and Williams really struggling with his control here. The 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Gray came over from the White Sox just 3 days ago on July 26th. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Just in case the Rays are able to tie this game up, Clevenger is up in the Rays bullpen. The 2-2. Gray grounds it to short. They will go to second, and they get the runner there. Lowe will score from third. Gray reaches on an RBI fielder's choice, and it's 7-5. That was a close play at second. So now 1 out. Yankees gladly conceded the run for the out right there. Here's Walls. He now represents the tying run at the plate. Walls takes high, ball one. Walls is 1 for 3 tonight. He has drove in a run on a double. Gray, a short lead from first, and here's the 1-0 pitch. To third. They go to second. 1, can they turn 2? They do not. Wasn't hit hard enough. 2 down in the 9th. And we're back to the top of the order. Yandy Diaz, the last hope tonight for the Rays. It's an easy play at second base, but the ball wasn't hit hard enough to turn 2 on that. And the Yankees are 1 out away from evening this 4-game series at a game apiece. But more importantly for the Yankees, pulling within 4 games of first place Toronto in the AL East. Diaz 1 for 4 tonight, singled and scored one of the 5 Rays runs. Strike 1. Walls takes second base there. No stolen base on that. Oh, 1 pitch. On the ground to short, this should do it. Throw across in time. No. It was a low throw. And everybody's safe. It was a bad throw there by the shortstop Volpe, and unable to be dug out there at first base by Goldschmidt. And the Yankees gift the Rays an extra out here. Yeah, Goldschmidt unable to corral that at first base, and now the Rays have the tying run on for Aranda. And Aranda has homered tonight. Homered back in the third. But it's going to be a pinch hitter here. Jake Mangum. Mangum to pinch hit. Runner takes off, and now the tying run is now in scoring position. Boy, what looked like comfort coming into the top of the ninth has grown into concern for the Yankees. Oh, 1 pitch. Strike 2, and now the Rays are down to their final strike. Mangum's the pinch runner there at first base, not the pinch hitter. Aranda's the batter. 0-2. Inside, 1-2. A base hit to the outfield will tie this game. If Aranda gets another long ball, the Rays take the lead. And time called. Now everybody back in, and the 1-2 pitch from Williams. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. It got a little hairy for the Yankees in the ninth, but they do pull this out. 7-5, the final score. Williams gets save number 17. The Rays get 1 in the ninth, but they fall 2 runs short and leave the tying runs at second and third. Yankees improved to 58-49 on the year. They pull within 4 of first place Toronto in the AL East. Rays fall back to 500, 54-54. Fried gets the win. He's now the Yankees wins leader all to himself. He's now 12-4. Williams gets his 17th save. Boyle suffers the loss. He's now 1-1. As the Yankees even this series at a game apiece with a 7-5 win tonight over the Rays. One final look at the scoreboard before I sign off here on the live stream tonight. Finals from earlier, the Orioles winning game 1 of the doubleheader over the Blue Jays 16-4, and they also win the nightcap 3-2. So with those losses by the Blue Jays and the Yankees win, Yankees gained a game and a half today on first place Toronto. Mentioned now only 4 back. Tigers 12-2 win over the Diamondbacks. They've won the first 2 of that series. Cleveland 10-4 over the Rockies. That series now even at a game apiece. Game still in progress. Dodgers and Reds 4-4, top of the ninth in Cincinnati. The Royals all over the Braves tonight, 9-3 in Kansas City, top of the 7th. Red Sox a 6-1 lead over the Twins, bottom of the 7th. The Red Sox with a win pull within 5 of the Blue Jays. Brewers all over the Cubs, 9-2 in Milwaukee, top of the 7th. White Sox mounting a rally against the Phillies at 6-3 now. The Phillies lead it. And actually, that has just gone final now. 6-3 Phillies win in Chicago over the White Sox. Marlins 5-0 win over, or 5-0 lead, I should say, over the Cardinals, top of the 7th. Astros have taken the lead over the Nationals 3-2. That game's heading to the 6th. Just underway out in Anaheim between the Rangers and Angels. Also just underway out in San Diego. Padres have taken a 1-0 first inning lead over the Mets. Just underway in San Francisco between the Pirates and Giants. And about 10 minutes away from first pitch in West Sacramento between the Mariners and the A's. Again, the final score tonight, Yankees beat the Rays 7-5. Again, we'll be back with you on the live stream Saturday night for sure. Hope to bring you a doubleheader, but at least going to be back with you Saturday night for the Braves and the Reds. Here on this live. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube page. Appreciate a like and subscribe if you like the content. I'll give you on there. Also on Kick tonight, Sports Kick John. I also have some content on Twitch at Sport Guru John. Again, be back with you Saturday for the Braves and Reds. We'll see. Hoping to do a doubleheader that day. Hope to do a Saturday afternoon game. We'll see how that goes. But at least be back with you for the Braves-Reds game on Saturday night. Thanks for joining me, everyone.